Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for coming to the York County History Center as we celebrate the city's 275th anniversary. This is a big day for this community as we unveil something very special. We, as a history organization, are pleased to play a part in this. So I'd like to turn it over to Mayor Kim Bracey. Woo.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us this morning in our newly renamed York History Center. We appreciate you hosting us and being here with us. Thank you to all the committee members as well, who is behind us here. As many of you know, founded in 1741, the city of York, named for York, England, was the birthplace of the Articles of Confederation, held the first National Day of Thanksgiving, and was the capital of the United States for 9 months in 1778. As most of you know, we've been celebrating our 275th anniversary of the founding of the city of York with a year-long slate of events and happenings throughout the city. Back in July, we held a birthday bash in the Waco neighborhood, toasted to the generations during the Taste of York City, opened the We Can Build the York City exhibit, and much, much more. Today, we are excited to provide an update on the 275th anniversary time capsule. First, I'd like to introduce Dan, where's Dan? Daniel Rowe of the York County Heritage Trust to share an update with us from the York History Center. Dan?
Thank you, Mayor Bracey. The History Center was proud to assist the community in the 275th events and celebrations this past year. As the mayor mentioned, a number of activities took place here locally, from an outdoor birthday party to most recently the painting of the original outline of the first colonial courthouse in the middle of the square here in downtown York that will serve as a visible reminder to the important history that's been a part of the county and, of course, the city over the past nearly 300 years. In addition to some of those activities, the York County History Center also has taken the opportunity to commemorate the past this year. Currently, an exhibit that is here at the Historical Society Museum, Library, and Archives highlights this 275th anniversary of York. The exhibit offers only a glimpse, but an important glimpse, is and events that took place here throughout the history of the city. Also currently on display at the Agricultural and Industrial Museum is a unique art piece that was part of the cardboard challenge that was done here in the city. It is highlighted by local artist David Lynch's creation of a scale cityscape made entirely out of cardboard. It also includes public art pieces of cardboard buildings that the community has been invited to create over the past few months. This exhibit will be on display at the Agricultural and Industrial Museum through the end of the year. And the History Center invites York County residents to visit us on Saturdays in November and December. We will offer free admission to York County residents so that everybody will have a chance to see this incredibly unique public art piece. Finally, on November 12th, another important anniversary here is the Articles of Confederation, which occurred November 15th, 1777. On November 12th, from 10 to 3 at the Colonial Courthouse, the public can learn more about this important document and its impact on the nation and how York played an important part of that process. History, of course, is an evolving story of understanding the past. One way in which many communities have undertaken to help inform future generations of their own history and heritage is to create time capsules. And it seemed only fitting that during this 275th anniversary year, York would do the same. So with that, I will turn it over to Representative Kevin Schreiber to talk a little bit more about that project in detail.
Okay, I'm Kim, not Kevin. But thank you, Dan. I'm sorry. Thank you all. Now, though, on to our planned celebration of York City. Celebration here. I'm excited to announce that after months of planning by these folks here and hard work by the 275th Anniversary Planning Committee, the City of York Representative Shriver's office, and Patrick Sells of Salvaging Creativity, we are in the final stages of building York's 275th anniversary time capsule. This time capsule is designed to be a traveling piece of art, serving as a remembrance of the 2016 and York's 275th anniversary for generations to come. So take a moment to observe the unfinished version that we have here with us today. Take a look. The final version will be in three-dimensional format, creating storage compartments for items in each number. Here with more details on the capsule is our very own state representative, the guy that made sure we had a party all year long. He and his entire staff need to be commended, and we thank you very much, State Rep Kevin Shriver.
Thanks, Mayor. Thank you, everyone, for coming today, and thank you to the entire committee members, our county commissioners, for being here as well. As the mayor said, from the Articles of Confederation to the Industrial Revolution to the York Revolution, which is better than the Lancaster Barnstormers, we have 275 incredible years to celebrate, and I certainly have been very proud and honored to work with so many great people to pull this off and to pull off a festivity a year long celebrating 275 years. A project that could not be possible without the support of our community, and I would very much like to thank a gentleman who's hiding in the corner right now, Mr. Larry Miller of People's Bank. We'd like to thank People's Bank and Better York for being two of our early and largest contributors to ensure that this is funded, this is ready to go, and that we don't have to rely upon any tax dollars to complete this 275th time capsule. Thank you, People's Bank. Thank you, Better York, for stepping up and being very early on, and it didn't take much convincing. They saw the value in this to the community, and we're very grateful for that. The total cost of this time capsule will be $4,500. That's an estimate, Pat, that's an estimate. But we are proud to say that through the support of People's Bank and Better York, we have over half of the expense raised now without any use of tax dollars, as I had mentioned, and we're actively working to secure the remaining funds to complete the time capsule. As an outlet to help raise these funds, we are announcing today a very exciting challenge to the community. The first 20 individuals willing to contribute $100, and we have instructions on how to do that in the media packets. The first 20 individuals willing to contribute $100, which will close the final gap funding that we need, will have their names engraved on this time capsule. So we're issuing that challenge. I don't think it'll take long. Hopefully it doesn't take long. Doug Hoke has already signed up for all 20. All right, now we're into a bidding war. All right, we got Susan. Okay, how about 150? Can we do 150? No. But thank you. So 20 individuals, $100 a pop, and we have the instructions in the media kit. Your names will be engraved on this time capsule. That will close out the fundraising necessary, and here to discuss the concept behind this design and this construction of this masterpiece that is uniquely York is Mr. Pat Sells of Salvaging Creativity. Pat.
Well, it's a pretty big deal. I think this coming year we're going on 10 years of Salvaging Creativity being here in York, and it goes by in a flash. And I can't thank, I have Clint Stamen, I have Matt Schober back at the shop, and all the different shops and businesses here in York that have provided the materials and the resources to help build things like this that you see all around the city. I know of one time capsule that I'm not sure how many people know where it is. Two of the city employees were telling me they knew and they weren't going to tell anyone. So this one was simple. You won't lose it, and you'll know what it means. So we'll be extruding the letters, so it'll be like big block letters 2 feet deep. So you see the faces, that area. If you can fit something in that area, bring something, and Kyle and Kevin can help you get it all put together. So thanks again.
Thank you, Pat. As well in the press packets, and we can certainly have this information available, you will find an open call letter to the community to submit contents for consideration to be put into this time capsule. We're asking our York area businesses, York residents, citizens, nonprofits, government organizations to participate in this, and we're asking all of these organizations to help celebrate this milestone by donating a piece that can go into the time capsule to be opened at a later date. We're also asking all of our organizations that are celebrating milestone years to submit something that we can then highlight the 2016, their organization, that milestone, and then obviously its contribution to York and York's history. We have a couple individuals. Pastor Rooney is here representing York Rotary, the Downtown Rotary Group, which is celebrating its 100th anniversary. Organizations like Martin Library. Laura O'Grady is here celebrating its 100th as well, sorry. So we have all of these incredible organizations celebrating great milestones in their history. People's Bank is celebrating a milestone. The York Revolution is celebrating a milestone. Lots of these milestones to celebrate. We also have the York County Convention and Visitors Bureau here, York County Economic Alliance, which is an incredible organization, incidentally. Very wise one, too. We have Mary Yapel representing our parades. So we will be doing this open call to the community for the immediate future, 53 East North Street. My office will accept these items. We have specifications in the media kit. The items can be no larger than 5 inches by 7 inches by 12 inches in size. As Pat had mentioned, this time capsule will be 3-dimensional, and the items will go into those numbers. They must be non-perishable in nature. That would seem to make sense, but we're going to make sure of that. And due to the nature of the time capsule, as Pat had mentioned, that this will actually be a piece of public art. We will not lose it. It will be interactive. The hope is that it can travel. It may spend 10 years at City Hall. It may go down to Brooks Robinson Plaza or to the Judicial Center. So that this will be a traveling piece of public art, interactive with the public. So items must be resistant to heat and cold. I would imagine, Pat, that this probably gets pretty toasty in the summer. So please make sure those are the specifications. The final time capsule will be unveiled and sealed during Light Up York, formerly known as Light Up Night, in downtown York on first Friday, December 2nd at 5 p.m. This will be an exciting opportunity for all friends and families and all Yorkers to come down to Continental Square, light up our Christmas tree, and celebrate the closing chapter of our 275th anniversary. Mayor Bracey will be on hand officially to seal this, although I think she'll let the welding go to Pat. No? All right, the mayor's welding it. Okay. That should be interesting. Over the next 25 years, this capsule will be a traveling piece of art throughout our community. And on York City's 300th anniversary in the year 2041, when we're all much older, this capsule will be open for public viewing. Mr. Weinstock, we certainly hope that you'll put some items in here as well.
I'll put myself in there.
Okay. Individuals are encouraged to call, they can call Kyle in my office, 717-848-9595. And before we close, I'd like to recognize our planning committee that has been so instrumental in planning all of the festivities throughout this entire year to celebrate our 275th. And I'd ask our President Commissioner, Susan Burns, to come up and thank those members.
Thank you. Thank you. We have a lot of people to thank today. The first one, of course, is Mayor Kim Bracey and State Representative Kevin Schreiber, Commissioner Doug Hoke, Chris Riley, and myself, Joan Mummert, Jim McClure, Daniel Rowe, Frank Countess, Douglas Knight, Todd Fogdale, Pamela Gunter-Smith, Megan Feeser, Kelly Gibson, Joe Jeffcoat, Jason Keller, Ann Sturm, Dominique Della Carpini, I got that right, J.J. Sheffer, Laura O'Grady, Henry Nixon, Peter Sells, Mary Yapel, and Tim Miller. Thank you to all of you. One more minute, if I can, at 11:45 today, we are going to be unveiling a renovated sign it's for the first National Thanksgiving was actually declared here in York on November 1st, 1777. So if you all don't have anything else to do, please come join us. Thank you.
Awesome. And I think that wraps us up. That concludes us. Thank you again to People's Bank and Better York for stepping up and being those early contributors. $100 to the first 20 people. Thank you to our committee and our county commissioners, and of course to the York History Center for hosting. Thank you all.